The Three Halloween Cats by Andrea Kaczmarek. The children were all dressed and ready for trick-or-treating. It was getting dark and they stood under a streetlight. Lee was a ghostly ghost in a floaty ripped white sheet. Tim was an orange pumpkin, a bright orange face and with a big orange pumpkin hat. Emmie was a scary witch with straggly green hair, a crooked black hat and a ragged, tattered cloak. Lee smiled her white, ghostly smile. "Oh, look, there's a white cat following me." The children turned to look. Sure enough, there was a straggly white cat close behind her. "Wherever did you come from?" Lee bent to stroke the strange white cat, but it backed away. Did the cat hiss? They weren't so sure. Tim looked behind him. There was a skinny orange cat close behind. "Now that's the strangest thing. Are you a Halloween cat too?" Tim bent closer to stroke the orange cat, but the orange cat dived away. "Okay, no stroking. Where did you come from?" But before they could think, Emmie turned around to see an odd skinny black cat with orange eyes close behind her heels. "A black Halloween cat? This is very scary. Where did you come from? Are you my witch's cat?" She bent down nearer to the black cat. The black cat blinked her orange eyes and hissed. The children were so interested in those three spooky cats, they didn't even notice that they had turned a corner into a street they didn't know. Emmie looked around. "Where are we? How did we get into this foggy road?" "It wasn't foggy just now, was it?" Lee looked up at the street sign. "Have you ever heard of Mogtree Alley? Where are we?" Tim pointed at the cats. "They're leading us somewhere. Shall we follow?" All three children held hands, not really sure if they should follow. Where are they taking us? They followed as the strange cats led them to a crumbling old house. It looked to be almost falling down. Thick high weeds everywhere, almost choking it. "Where are we? What kind of creepy old tumble-down house is this?" Tim held onto the girl's hands even tighter. "It seems like the kind of place those cats want us to go." "There's a light." Emmie turned to the others. "Somebody might live here." They were far too scared to go nearer, but the cats were heading up the stony pathway to the crumbling old cottage. "I wonder who lives here and why the cats want to go nearer." The children stopped and stared at the light behind the window. They didn't have to wait long. The door opened and an old woman with thin, long white hair stood in the half shadow of the open door. "Ah, you found them, my naughty cats." The old woman's voice was croaky and she pulled her black tattered shawl around her shoulders. "I must say thank you. Please come in." She lifted a thin bony finger and beckoned them to come inside. Those cats had already gone in and seemed to want the children to follow. No, thank you," Emmie stuttered. The others were just staring, open-mouthed at the old woman. "Glad we found the cats for you. We really have to get back home. It's late." The old woman smiled a crooked smile. "Pity, maybe next time." Emmie pulled at the others. They seemed to be stuck to the ground, just staring at the cats waiting in the doorway. "We have to go." Emmie pulled at the others and dragged them down the path, away from that creepy cottage. "Just run." Emmie pulled the others in a few seconds. The spell seemed to have been broken. "Where are we? Where are those cats?" Lee shook her head. "I have no idea, but we have to get away. Now!" Emmie yelled at them. They ran and ran. They had no idea where. "Just keep running." Tim seemed to have woken up now. It seemed ages, but at last they saw the lamppost where the cats had first appeared. "Don't stop yet," Emmie yelled. "Get past that lamppost. I think that's what we have to do." After the lamppost, they were in a street that they knew, not so very far from home. They carried on. Home was the only place to go. "Finished trick or treat already?" Emmie's mother opened a door. "Finished with Halloween forever." The children stumbled up the stairs to Emmie's room. They looked out the window. Sure enough, there were those three straggly cats sitting on the fence. "Did they follow us?" Lee pulled off her ghostly sheet. "Are they going to follow us forever?" Tim pulled off his pumpkin clothes and wiped his face clean with a tissue. Emmie did the same with her witch's clothes. "I'm finished with Halloween and witches and creepy cats." They all sat on the floor under the window, not even daring to look out again. What was the name of that spooky street? He started searching his phone. Mogtree Alley, wasn't it? They waited while he searched and searched. It doesn't exist. No such street. I knew it, Emmie sighed. Are those cats still there? I'm not looking. Lee curled up, holding her knees tight. Some Halloween sleepover, Emmie sighed. No treats and being stalked by creepy cats. It was hard to sleep. There was a pale, bright moon. They lay listening to the cats yowling outside. Will they never stop? Lee pulled a blanket over her head. At breakfast the next morning, the three friends were late and bleary-eyed. Emmie's mother puzzled as she poured milk and orange juice into the glasses. You three look terrible. Didn't you sleep well? How could we? Emmie mumbled. Those cats were yowling all night outside our window. What cats yowling? Emmie's mother pressed the toaster. There weren't any cats, just a bit of wind and a bright new moon. The children looked at each other and frowned. Lee picked up a glass of white milk. Tim picked up a glass of orange juice. And Emmie's toast popped up, burnt as black as a witch's hat. The end. Thank you for reading with Storyberries.com. Free stories for kids.